stuff here in Korea. And let me adjust this out a little bit so we can get a little bit more in frame. It's Christmas Eve here in Korea, so we're a day ahead of everybody else. So happy holidays to everybody, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Hopefully you got some time off to, even if you don't do the Christmas thing, we're not real big Christmas people, that yeah, you get some time off, spend it with family or do whatever, and this is kind of what I'm doing right now. This is Deadpool. So what we ended up doing is, for those of you who don't know, we'll kind of zoom in here. If you've been living under a rock, this is Deadpool, and this is a 3D resin statue. It's a model, and we're going to be printing out Deadpool. Matter of fact, he is printing out as we speak, and this is kind of crazy. I mean, the details on this are, yeah, it's going to be crazy. The file comes from 3D Wicked, and you pay some money and you get the file, and then you can take the file and end up printing it on a 3D printer. Now, I have a resin printer, so we've got that going for us, and we'll go take a look at that. So, let's see if we can get y'all in here. So this is the hobby room, and we've got the paint station that we see right there. Paint station is pretty cool. It's got a fan, it's got a filter on there. Getting into airbrushing, we'll take a look at that. And then we've got the paintbrush section over there. And then over here, we end up having our Saturn III Ultra, and then we have the wash and cure station for that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And right now, like I said, we have the Deadpool print going as we speak. And we've got about 57 minutes left on this print. And yeah, so far it's turned out pretty good. So basically what happens is you've got this vat that contains a bunch of resin, and then the build plate goes down, and then there's a light that shines up from the bottom, a UV light, and that hardens the liquid resin, and then it moves up, and then more liquid resin flows in. The plate goes down, and the next layer, the light activates and hardens that up. So it builds layer by layer. And to give you an idea, there's 1,968 layers, and we got about 342 left. And it's been printing for 5 hours and 31 minutes, and we got about an hour left. So yeah, fun stuff. So we're digging all this, and we've been playing with some of the settings. I haven't tried to go a little bit faster on this, but did some initial tests with some calibration, and eventually came out with what we have here. Now, one of these was set, let's see if we can, I think that's, yeah, it's about as good as it's going to get. So primed these, they were white, but I went ahead and primed them. And yeah, it turns out, they turned out pretty good. And for a water washable resin. So you can see some of the details on there. It ends up, it is definitely awesome, cool details that we see. But one of these, and this is when I was testing my speed prints, it is very hard to tell the difference between these two. But one of them was printed, and this was stock, and it took 1 hour and 51 minutes to get the details. I mean, it's crazy details. And then this one, by adjusting the speed, was 1 hour and 27 minutes. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting little hobby that I'm getting into. But yeah, the details on this are crazy. And to give you another idea of how crazy, so I printed out this guy here, the Predator, And look at that, that's 0.05 millimeters for the details. I mean, isn't that insane? That is crazy. So we primed this all up. This is just a bust. And yeah, you can see that. I mean, that's just, the details are wild. So I did that. We've got Old Man Logan that we're in the process. I took a break, but you can see the details there. Just kind of insane. I mean, look at that, the fur on his jacket, on the lapel. And then I got a bunch of these little dudes here, same as over there. But I mean, yeah, the amount of details that you can get with this is just insane, crazy insane. So yeah, that's what we got going on there. And then, yeah, here's one that we're painting up as we speak. And kind of give you a little bit of a close up there. So kind of doing the painting thing, getting that all going. Painting the individual links of the chain. I mean, yeah. So it's kind of fun doing all this stuff. I mean, look at the details on that. That is just like crazy. Yeah. So I'm trying to get steady with my painting. So, and then I've got a number of other figures over here that I had painted before. And this was my first dive into painting miniatures. So we're doing kind of a battle-hardened, rough type of thing there. So we're gonna finish those guys up. It's so easy to print, but then the problem is that it's too easy to print. And then you gotta paint, and that takes longer than the printing because you find so much cool stuff to print. So yeah. So it's pretty cool. So that's what we got going on. And put this around here so we can see. So yeah, that's what we got going on for the holidays. And kind of doing the print thing, paint thing, all of that. And then of course, yeah, some good stuff. So back into the office. Forget. Got pictures and posters. Kind of make this a little more homey. And then we got the computer desk and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Christmas Eve here in Korea, 2023, which was our second Christmas year, but we've been here just over a year. We got here in October last year. So yeah, another Christmas. So it's actually our second Christmas, but just over our first year. It's like October, November, December. So yeah, a year and 2 months, because we got here 1 October. So a year and 3 months. And we're all set up and ready to go, and just kind of enjoying life and seeing what we got there, doing the printing thing and having fun. And then, yeah, eventually, we're planning on some trips. We got family coming out here in March, and then we're going to go to Oahu again, May or June time frame. And then after that, we're going to hang back for a while, and then hopefully we'll be able to get an apartment and kind of do that. We're retired in Korea now, so retired. So we got that. So that gives us time to go to the gym, work out, take naps, whatever, travel, go to coffee shops, all that fun stuff. And there's a military base, a U.S. military base, Camp Humphreys, which is close by, which is the largest overseas military base. Let me see if I can set this down here. So it is the largest overseas U.S. military base which is pretty good. I was actually stationed here a long time ago, obviously, and then I'd spent other years in Korea up north and DMZ and stuff like that. So that was always fun. Camp Page, I was up there in the northeast of Korea, and then of course I was at Garryon, and we did stuff, you know, doing tours up there, and it was kind of fun and miserable at the same time. Yeah. So, but coming back this time, it's really nice because we're retired and I don't have to dig ditches or foxholes or any of that stuff. So that makes life a hell of a lot easier. So, yeah, we can sleep in, stay in if it's cold. If it's too hot, we stay in the AC. And yeah, but we're planning on taking some trips. But that will to see family. And then we're looking at getting another apartment so we can rent this one that we're in and we'll go live in another one. And that'll give another income stream and we should be good. So yeah, we just got to save up some nickels and dimes and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully within a year we'll be able to do that. I've had a number of people contact me who are in a similar situation as us, where somebody married a Korean national or somebody has Korean ancestry, and people have been contacting me because that's what we did. We were able to get long-term visas to live here in Korea, and because my wife was a Korean national, she became a U.S. citizen, and so now because she was Korean, she's still Korean, but as far as citizenship, that allowed us to get a long-term stay visa. So Korea doesn't have like retiree visas like Thailand or Philippines or Bali or Portugal or places like that that are retirement friendly. So the visas we have are the F1 and the F4, and I get my visa because of my wife and her Korean ancestry because I'm her spouse. So there's a lot of little details in there, but there's a number of people who have found my channel and who are in the same situation, and it's wild. It's not a lot of people, but we've met like 3 couples so far that have found my videos, see that we were able to come to Korea, get our visas, retire, buy an apartment, buy a car, trade driver's license for a Korean driver's license, and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, it is doable. You can do it. And so people have reached out to me, and I've helped them, share our experiences and stuff like that. And we've met 3 couples so far that have done the exact same thing. And they said, hey, we're talking about retiring and we're thinking about going back to Korea, but we didn't know anybody who had done it recently. And then one guy was saying, yeah, we were talking about it, and then we found your video, and boom, that was it. So they made the decision right there. They said it was a sign. I don't know if that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but for them, it was a good thing. So yeah, it's been really good. And the people I've chatted with online and met in person have been really, really good people. So we're batting 1,000. There hasn't been any jerks. So that's good. Birds of a feather flock together, and I got to be involved in part of that, helping out. So yeah, that's kind of fun. And then other than that, that's what we got going on. We're not real big into Christmas. We're not big into Thanksgiving, not for any religious reason or anything, but just none of us like turkey. And then Christmas, it's not really a big thing. And just me and the wife, and our daughter's in the military and she's somewhere else, and she's on Oahu and doing her thing. So yeah, that's just what it ends up being. So other than that, yeah, just kind of chilling, relaxing. Wife's watching Premier Soccer. She loves Tottenham, and with son, who is he got the Golden Boot award for scoring a bunch of goals. He's like an incredibly talented player. So there's him. She'll watch a bunch of games with him, and then there's a couple other Koreans that play on Premier League teams, which is kind of fun to watch. Me, I'm not. I lettered in soccer in high school, but it was, it was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm not a real big sports guy anymore. I used to watch NFL football a lot, but pretty much since it got woke and people started, you know, it used to be about the game, and then now it's about everything else but the game, and then the game, and then it's like, yeah, I'm tired of that. So there's that. So anyway, that's what we got going on here in Christmas in Korea, Christmas Eve in Korea. Tomorrow, a lot of places are going to be closed, so we're not going to go to the gym tomorrow. We're going to take the time off and just have a couple days off of relax and chilling out and having lattes and enjoying ourselves, and you know that's what we're going to end up doing. So anyway, just wanted to give an update, and there's what's on the horizon for what's going on. For the channel, we're going to do more 3D printing videos, working on some speed tests, and I'm trying to work on that, and it's been a bear, not for the tests themselves, but just trying to put this into a logical sequence or whatever, and I failed miserably the first time. But yeah, looking to improve the speed on 3D printings, and then learning how to paint and all that. I got a cheapo airbrush, so I'm playing with that. At least I can prime the prints that I'm doing. So that's a step in the right direction. But yeah, a lot to learn with that. So other than that, yeah, that's about it. So the people that are watching, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And be sure to like and subscribe, and we can see you on the next videos. I'm trying to keep enough videos at least once a week, and sometimes more when I do health and fitness stuff, science-based, evidence-based practices for hypertrophy and exercise and nutrition. I've got a number of those videos. I want to try to do some more on that, and then try to do some more videos about Korea and some of the differences between the United States and Korea, and that'll probably be in the springtime-ish, spring and summer. But yeah, that's all we got going on. So anyway, we're gonna let that go, and yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, check it out, and eventually I'm gonna be getting into FDM 3D printing. So we're gonna be looking at that, and we'll see how that goes. Haven't decided on a 3D printer. It's kind of like between the Creality K1 Max, bamboo printer like a P1S, or I was just looking at an FL Sun S1, which has some crazy print speed. So we'll see how all that goes and take it from there. But yeah, just a little stuff going on, and yeah, living our best life now, being retired, and enjoying what we can while we can. Nothing wrong with that. You know, we ground it out for so many years and decades, and now it's kind of nice to be able to relax and enjoy the fruits of our labor. So anyway, hope you'll be able to do the same. Thanks for watching. If you got any tips or suggestions or links to anything to help me with 3D printing, resin printing, or painting, or if you know, FDM printers or trips or vacations that you took overseas to different countries that are kind of in this area of Korea, I'd like to hear those, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So, all right, we'll see you. Take care. Peace. Now, I gotta turn this off somehow. I guess we do that.